What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So yesterday I saw a video by my dear brother Sinful the P, and I didn't watch all of it, but the name of the video is called Kevin Samuels is Still Being Hated On by Dr. Boyce Watkins. He calls them Moist Chickens. And you know, Sinful is the most, I think that him and one of the most funniest YouTubers on Black YouTube. So I'll leave the link to his particular video and you can go and check it out. You're going to be probably laughing like crazy. But his video referenced popular YouTube page, Hip Hop News Uncensored. And obviously they did an interview, but it seems that they broke up a part of the interview and played only this clip. And the clip is called Dr. Boyce Watkins Has Some Controversial Words About Kevin Samuels' Death. I want to play a small snippet of that. And then after which we're going to come back and talk about that.
The people that were saying they were glad that he passed away and all the hate and vitriol just kind of came out when this man passed away. Could you kind of talk about that whole thing?
Yes, I was very sad to see Kevin die. Nobody deserves to die like that. And also, I paid attention to Kevin when Kevin blew up with that, unfortunately, with that first video where he told that lady she was going to die alone or something like that. And I didn't just look at the videos he was doing then. I looked at what he did years before. Because someone had mentioned to me that he did a whole show about me, and I didn't know it. I was like, oh, let me see, because I don't watch videos that people do about me. And I said, okay, this guy's logical. He's intelligent. A lot of the information Kevin shared 4 years ago was stuff that was totally cool. Like I would have totally loved to have, bringing him in on a regular basis, etc. Here was the challenge with Kevin. The challenge was that Kevin had spent years trying to grow his platform, and his shit blew up when he attacked a black woman in public. When he told her she was going to die alone, it blew up. And Kevin's smart, right? So he knew the algorithm. He knew that if he just puts the words "die alone" in the title of a video, it's going to blow up. So he started doing a lot of videos with the words "die alone." She's going to die alone. She's going to die alone. I personally think that that's going a little bit too far, because I don't want to tell a lonely woman, that she's going to die alone if she doesn't take my advice. I just don't think that that's my place. We know that there are people that are going to die alone. It happens, but it's not my job, man. I felt like that was a little bit more than it needed to be.
So guys, I want to go back to the 1 minute and 36 second mark to 1:45 seconds, minute and 45 seconds. And I'm going to play that again because I don't know if you heard that part.
A lot of the information Kevin shared 4 years ago was stuff that was totally cool. Like I would have totally loved to have, bringing him in on a regular basis, etc.
So listen to that part. He said, I watched Kevin Samuels 4 years ago, and that content I can completely get along with. And I would even want him to collaborate with me on my channel. So for those of you who knew Kevin Samuels around that time, I knew him, Sinful the P knew him. Who's Kevin Samuels talking to? He was talking to black men. Now, obviously, Kevin Samuels believed that there was a big problem with women, but Kevin Samuels used to criticize black men. There was even one video in which he criticized black men for wearing dreads, and that was a real big thing in the black manosphere. So Kevin, his earlier work, that's who he talked to. And he talked a lot of shit, which was true. So Boyce Watkins don't have no problem with him having an issue with black men. But now, him going viral off of a black woman, Boyce Watkins has a problem with that. See, what Boyce is not going to talk about is that this lady, Jessica, the Die Alone lady, she came on to his show. See, this is why Boyce is a little bit he's very disingenuous here. He's acting as if this lady did not come to the show that day. Matter of fact, she came on to the show, in my opinion, not necessarily rude, but she wanted to talk about something that the show was not about. Kevin was telling her, ma'am, this is not the topic of tonight's show. She still wanted to talk. He said, okay. So he appeased her. She asked him what the opinion was based on her lifestyle. And what he told her was really the truth, right? He said, listen, you're having these problems meeting these guys. You have a child. You're not necessarily the most beautiful woman in the world. And you're having a hard time getting access to these men. Even though you make that money, you have a hard access to get to these men because these men have more opportunities than you. You're almost 34, 35. She didn't want to listen to him. Okay. And not only that, boys, but here's the situation. Every other woman that came onto the platform, to Kevin Samuels' platform, none of them were forced. Nobody was forced. Every woman did it on her own volition, her own efforts, her own recognizance. Each lady did it. He never came up and forced you to, hey, come here and die alone. And the thing about it is that you think that he put die alone every day. That's what made the algorithm blow up. Well, absolutely, you can tell Boyce Watkins knows nothing about YouTube, okay? Because Boyce Watkins doesn't really know about platforms. You could even look at his channel and say, like, he doesn't use thumbnails. He doesn't understand what's going on at all. He just throws anything up there. What brings up people in the algorithm, boys, is good content and watch time. You cannot put die alone and get views. But you can get views if people are interested in your content. And what Kevin Samuels did was he had an element of surprise. Coming on Kevin Samuels' live stream every night, anything can be a viral moment. Just like Kendra G's show right now, but Kevin was better. Our Fresh and Fit, Kevin was better. You don't know what's going to happen, but the content strategy is already good. His monologues before the show were well prepared, well thought out. Okay. He wasn't, in my opinion, some of his best work was before the live stream started where people can come on. He was an absolute fucking content strategy genius. That's why he blew up, because he's good. He was great. He's probably one of the best content creators in Black YouTube ever. That's why YouTube recommended him, because of his watch time. People going out and referring him. He had how many videos blow up on Worldstar? Like, I was there when Kevin only had 15,000 followers on Instagram, right? But not only was he big on YouTube, he had 1 million followers on Instagram too, boys. Can you do that by just saying die alone? No, the guy's a cultural fucking icon, all right? What you don't want to realize is that he was talking about a social problem that people like you shy away from. And he hit it right there at where it was at. So much so that Kevin Samuels had a large female following. He influenced a new creation of female content creators through his work. And that's not what you're talking about. You're talking about something else. Okay? Now, you don't want to tell somebody that they're going to die alone. Well, you had a real time talking about Kevin Samuels dying alone. Their issue is this. Kevin dealt with something that you don't really deal with a lot, boys. Numbers. What are the facts? The facts are less black men are getting married in today's world. We're at the least at all times. The black community is the least married. Want to know why? Because people don't address the issues that men are having right now. He did that. In fact, his work got more people married than even your platform does. And you talk about black love all the time. So how does that make sense? He has more evidence of bringing people together to get married than you or anybody else. Okay. So when he says die alone, that's actually the truth. It's the truth. Many ladies are going to experience that based on the numbers. Many women don't understand what it takes to make a man happy or to appease a man or to get him to be there. That's the truth. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.